So this is the second analysis for texts in search of areas that have recommendations. Again, there are two types of recommendations that are possible in our context. One of them are clinical recommendations, so whenever there's a recommendation for a treatment, and number two, whenever there's a recommendation for a policy. So this paper here is the treatment of ringworm paper, also known as Ilaria's paper because of the tinea, tinhoso. Uh, and basically, after going through, I'm going to make a couple of comments. The first one, the only language that I could find in relation to recommendation in the entire paper is this section here. So the X-ray treatment of ringworm of the scalp may now be said to be established. Okay, so established as a value addition to our methods of dealing with this most intractable affection. So, like, I consider this established to be like established, meaning this is a recommendation for this should be used in treatment. There are other sections where there is some language. For example, I think I didn't schedule here exactly, but there is some language where he says something like, if you follow this process, you must do so and so. I don't consider that to be a clinical recommendation or a policy recommendation, because what he's saying is, if you decide to go with this procedure, therefore you have to necessarily do that. So you need to do a process, but he's not recommending that, at least in that section, as a clinical recommendation. I was actually a little surprised with this paper, because this paper at the very end, this paper is from 1905. At the very end, the author did not make a more strong recommendation. Instead, he went into talking about potential problems, including the problem of radiation. So that's the analysis for this paper.